Hello, welcome everyone for today's program. I hope everybody is doing fine. Good morning to everyone in Canada and good evening to everybody in India. If you can hear me, please type in your chat box that I can hear you, or just type greetings. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Welcome to all. Welcome Hemant, welcome Suresh ji, welcome Swapnil, Sharmila, welcome. Vidya Lakshmi ji, welcome. Madhufi, Jai Shri Krishna Tamne, welcome. Hope everybody is doing fine today. Good morning, Suresh ji. We'll wait for 3 more minutes to get going. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi, Aarti ji. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi to everybody. Today is the appearance day of Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesh ji appeared on the 4th day of the moon cycle, Chaturthi. Hi, good morning, Gary. How are you today? So today is our Namaskar, Sharmila ji. Namaskar. Today is our second last session. We are going to complete 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And then next week, we will complete the entire Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter. So if you, meanwhile, while we are waiting for other people to join, if anybody has any questions, I hope everybody is reading Bhagavad Gita during your spare time throughout the week. And in your reading, if you come across any questions, please type it and we will be happy to answer it at this time. We'll wait for a couple of more minutes for everybody to join. Hello, Swapnil. Hope you're doing fine. Thank you for joining us. Namaskar, Avinash ji. Welcome. So as the time goes by, good morning, Helen. Welcome. Namaste. Thank you for joining with us today. Good morning, Swapnil. Good evening. Thank you so much. Namaskar, Dr. Manjari ji. Namaskar. Welcome. Welcome, Sonal. Thank you for joining us today. Yes, Helen, you can log in again. Is everybody getting my audio? Everybody is able to hear me? Is the sound clear? The volume is clear? Please, yes, thank you for your feedback. Appreciate that. Yes, thank you, thank you. So, those who have just joined, I welcome you all, and we will start for today's session with our invocation prayer, Mangala Charan prayer. The prayers are on your screen, mantra is on your screen. We all will recite it together. Sit straight, fold your hands, and close your eyes. With all your heart, mind, and your soul, we'll recite together Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 3 times together. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna Kajal ji, good morning Anand ji. Thank you so much for joining us. We are very happy to see you all today. I wish you all a very happy Ganesh Chaturthi. Ganesh Chaturthi is the appearance day of Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesh is, he has a very important role in Bhagavad Gita. And somebody may ask how Lord Ganesh is important for Bhagavad Gita. So as you all know that Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. In the Bhishma Parva is Bhagavad Gita. And Mahabharata was dictated by Vedvyas ji and was written by Lord Ganesha. So when Vedvyas ji wanted to compose all the Vedas, Puranas, Mahabharata, at that time Vedvyas ji wanted somebody to write while he is dictating all the scriptures. So he approached Ganesh ji because Ganesh ji is a very intelligent person, Lord Ganesh, and he also has a beautiful handwriting. So at that time, Vedvyas ji asked Ganesh ji, can he help him in writing Mahabharata? And Ganesh ji said, yes, I will help you, but there is one condition. So what was the condition? The condition was that Ganesh ji said, I will write it for you, but you have to continuously dictate without stopping in between. So Vedvyas ji said, that's fine, I will dictate continuously, but then there is one more condition from my end. So the condition from the end of Vedvyas ji was that Ganesh ji will not write anything without understanding. So in this way, there was a mutual understanding between Lord Ganesh and Vedvyas ji about writing Mahabharata. So Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. When Mahabharata war was being fought on the Kurukshetra, the conversation between Lord Krishna and Arjun is described here in Bhagavad Gita. So Ganesh ji is helping us today to understand Bhagavad Gita. So if you really want to celebrate Ganesh Chaturthi very nicely, then best way Ganesh ji can be pleased is to read the scripture which he has written, which is Bhagavad Gita. So with that, we will begin today's Bhagavad Gita session with our all prayers to Ganesh ji for giving us such a wonderful, sublime literature. Without Ganesh ji's blessing, we could not have got this Bhagavad Gita, because he is the one who helped Vedvyas ji to compose that. So my welcome to everybody who recently joined, and Hare Krishna, good morning, happy Ganesh Chaturthi to everybody who recently joined, and we welcome you all. So we'll get going with Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 17 today. Now this chapter number 17 of Bhagavad Gita is closely connected with chapter number 14 of Bhagavad Gita. We will briefly revise chapter number 14, which everybody of you know, but the reason we want to go over this is because it is related with chapter number 17, which is the second last chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita, as we all know, there are three main concepts: karma, bhakti, and jnana. However, throughout the Bhagavad Gita, there is bhakti only, but this is bhakti through karma, bhakti through jnana, or direct bhakti. And what we are understanding at this time is Bhakti through Jnana. Jnana means knowledge. And we are trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. Just give me 1 second. I have some technical difficulty here. I'll be 1 second. Just hold on 1 second. Bhakti through, and in Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 13 onwards, we are learning Bhakti through Jnana. So Bhagavad Gita chapter number 14, which is connected with chapter number 17. So we briefly go over the chapter number 14, which is all about three gunas, Prakruti, three gunas of nature or Prakriti. And what are these three gunas? The Sattva guna, Rajo guna and Tamo guna, or mode of goodness, mode of passion and mode of ignorance. When we are in Sattva guna, we feel like getting knowledge. We are free from sinful activities and we feel that we are doing better than others. That is the quality of Sattva guna or mode of goodness. When we are in the mode of passion, which is Rajo guna, then we have a desire to have unlimited sense enjoyment, unlimited money, unlimited prestige, unlimited honor. All these are symptoms of Rajo guna. And when we are in the mode of ignorance, Tamo guna, we feel like mad, crazy, lazy, sleeping more than required, more than 6 to 8 hours is the quality of Tamo guna. So these gunas are constantly acting upon us, and these gunas are there within the atmosphere around us. The surrounding around us creates these gunas. If we are in the temple or in a spiritual place, then the Sattva guna acts upon us. When we are in a movie theater, Rajo guna or Tamo guna act upon us. When somebody is in, like, say, a bar or a pub or any place where there is sinful activities are going on, then Tamo guna is acting upon us. So our atmosphere or our surrounding greatly affects us. And then last week we learned about qualities of divine and demoniac natures, and then we learned in depth about different qualities of divine nature, 26 qualities of divine nature, and qualities of demoniac nature also. The qualities of divine nature we learned included Abhayam, Sattva Shamshuddhi, purification, Gnana Vyavasthiti, cultivation of knowledge, Dan, charity, very important quality of divine person. Then Dambha, he is able to control his mind. Yagna, sacrifice. When we are in divine quality, when we are in divinity, we want to do some yagna or sacrifice. We want to study literature. We want to do austerity, tapa, and we are simple. That is the quality of divine person. Then ahimsa, when we are in divinity, we do not want to hurt anybody or kill anyone. Truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tyaga, shanti, tranquility, apaishunam, aversion to fault finding. We do not find anybody's fault or mistakes. Daya bhuteshu, we are merciful towards other living entities. Freedom from greed, aloluptvam, mardavam, gentleness, and modesty, achapalam, determination, tej, vigor, forgiveness, kshama, fortitude, dhrita, shaucham, cleanliness, and adroha, freedom from envy. And last one is na atimanita, no expectation of honor. So all these are divine qualities, and this can be developed very easily if we follow the path of bhakti. through proper guidance, through bhakti yoga. And then we learned about demoniac qualities, dhamba, demoniac. When we have a demoniac quality within us, then we become very proud. We become arrogant, darpa. We have a lot of abhiman. We want everybody to worship us or respect us. Then we become angry. If somebody doesn't do what we want, then we become angry. Then we become very harsh, parushyam, and we are ignorant as well at the same time. So this all depends upon what quality we have developed, right? And then Lord Krishna further says that, hey Arjun, there are 3 gates leading to hell, a royal road to hell, which is lust, anger and greed, kama, krodha and moha. So lust, anger and greed are the 3 royal road to hell. So if you are succumb to this, then you are bound to commit sinful activities. And the best way to get over it is to follow the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, spending our life in service of Krishna. And whatever we have, whether we have more money or less money, doesn't matter. Even I get more money, I'm going to use for service of Krishna. And if I don't have any money or less money, I'm going to use for service of Krishna. So ultimately, there is no point in being greedy, because whatever Krishna wants, I will have it, because that is my aim. That is called bhakti. Bhakti means complete surrender to mercy of Krishna. So here we are doing our job, doing our duty. If you are a doctor or engineer or a businessman or whatever you are doing service, we are doing our best and leaving rest to Krishna. Karmanyevadhikarasya ma phaleshu kadachana. So that is the best way to get over lust, anger and greed. Because if you artificially try to overcome lust, it is not possible. Artificially we try to overcome anger, it is not possible. Artificially we try to overcome greed, it is not possible. However, using the same emotions for service of Krishna is what helps us to overcome all these problems. Then going to the next chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is today's topic, is divisions of faith. Faith in Sanskrit is also called Shraddha, and there are different types of now divine and demoniac. We learned about 2 types of people, divine people and demoniac people. It is not that people, but the qualities which they are associating with. So there are divine qualities and demoniac qualities. Now Arjuna asked Krishna that, hey Krishna, you please tell me what is the faith of these divine people and what is the faith of this people with the quality of demoniac nature. So Arjuna asked this question to Lord Krishna. Arjuna vacha ye shastra vidim utsarjya yajante shraddhaya vitaha tesham nisthatu ka Krishna Sattvam aho rajas tamaha. So Arjuna is asking Krishna that, hey Krishna, what is the situation of those who do not want to follow the principles of scriptures? So there are some people with the quality that they do not follow the instructions of Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, or there are various scriptures, but our main guideline, user manual for human life is Bhagavad Gita at this time. So Arjuna is asking, hey Krishna, you have given so many instructions. Now what will happen if someone doesn't follow this? And he does bhakti. Lord Krishna is asking that you surrender to me. You do everything for me. I am the creator. I am the maintainer. I am the destroyer. Everything comes from me. And we have seen that in Bhagavad Gita 7 onwards, Lord Krishna is declaring himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Lord Krishna is asking constantly that you dedicate all your services as a bhakti to me, surrender to me. He said that Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati. All throughout Bhagavad Gita, there is a common theme, and this has been supported by all the great philosophers, scientists, and great people, leaders of all the ages, that Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Brahmaji also is saying, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Yajami. Shankaracharya is also saying, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam Mudamate. Mirabai, Tukaram, Gnaneshwar, Madhvacharya, Nimbarkacharya, Vishnu Swami, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and so many other people on the planet have worshipped Lord Krishna. And Krishna himself declares in Bhagavad Gita that you offer all respects and all prayers as a service to me. Then you will come. Sarva dharman parijate mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami ma suchaha. So Lord Krishna is giving these instructions again and again and again everywhere in Bhagavad Gita, that use this human life as a service and for love and service, but have this as a dedication to Krishna Bhakti, as a attitude of gratitude towards Krishna. So he has declared it. Now Arjuna is asking that there will be some people who will not follow these instructions. Tesam nisthatu ka Krishna. And they will follow their own imagination. They will not follow the instructions what you have given, but they will devise their own instructions, own imaginations, and they will have their own way. So what will happen to them? Are they in Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, or Tamoguna? So the translation of this shloka is here. Arjuna asked, or Arjuna inquired, "O Krishna, what is the situation of those who do not follow the principles of scripture, but worship according to their own imagination? Are they in goodness? Are they in passion? Or are they in ignorance?" So here Arjuna is asking about people who do not follow the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. People in the if we are in the mode of divinity, we will follow the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. However, if we are in the mode of demoniac quality, or if we do not believe, some people, they believe that there is no God, there is no creator, and what happens to them? So then Lord Krishna is explaining, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Trividha Bhavati Shraddha Dehinam Sa Swabhavacha Satviki Rajasi Chaiva Tamasi Cheti Tam Shrunu. So here Lord Krishna is explaining about different type of people on this planet. So Shri Bhagavan, Lord Krishna is expressed here as Bhagavan. Bhagavan is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he said, Trividha Bhavati. Trividha means three kind of people. Three means three, Vidha means kind. So there are three kind of people, and Trividha Bhavati Shraddha. And their Shraddha is also three kind. What is that? So according to the qualities, the nature of modes of nature, Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, or Tamoguna, the people usually have three types of Shraddha. Trividha Bhavati Shraddha Dehinam Swasvabhavaja Satvaki Rajasi Chaiva Tamasi Cheti Tam Shrunu. So according to the modes of nature, whether we are in Sattva Guna, mode of goodness, Rajoguna, mode of passion, or Tamoguna, mode of ignorance, we have different types of faith or Shraddha. And what are those? So the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, according to the modes of nature acquired by the embodied soul, one's faith can be of three kinds. in goodness, in passion, or ignorance. And now hear about this from me. That is what second shloka of Bhagavad Gita, 17th chapter says. Further, Lord Krishna says, Sattva anurupa sarvasya Shraddha bhavati bharata Shraddha mayo ayam purusho Yaha yat Shraddha eva sa. So what is Lord Krishna saying? Sattva anurupa. Sattva anurupa means according to one's existence, sarvasya. Sarvasya means of everyone. Under the various modes of nature, one evolves a particular kind of faith. And Shraddha mayo ayam purusho. The living being is of particular kind of faith according to whatever the mode he has acquired. So, Lord Krishna is explaining that your faith will depend upon the kind of mode you have acquired. So what are the different kinds of faith? Here, now Lord Krishna is explaining further. Yajante satvika devan yaksharakshami rajasha pretan bhuta ganam shanya yajante tamasa jana. So here Lord Krishna is saying that people worship different things. Some people, they worship ghost. Have you heard about this before? People, they worship ghost or bhoot or pret. There are people in those kind of modes of goodness, and they practice a science called Tantric Vidya. Have you heard about this before? If you have heard, just type that in your chat box. People, they worship ghost actually. There are different types of people. Then there are different kinds of people. Aghori. There is those kind of people. Then there are some people who worship human beings. So now there is one person who are worshipping a ghost, and then there are some people who worship human beings. They think that they make a human, a personality as a god. And they devise their own way, and instead of God, this person presents himself as a Bhagwan, and he says, you worship me. And sometimes so-called gurus, they cheat others and they declare themselves as a god, and they say, do not worship anybody else, I am the god. So they misuse people. Innocent people are cheated by that. But there are people who worship other human beings as a god. Everybody is a human being. Somebody has good quality, somebody has other quality, but that's okay. But everybody is human being. It does not mean that if you have a better knowledge or you have a better facility, you become a god. No, and then there are some people who worship Devi Devtas. So Yajante Satvika Devan. Devan means Devtas. So Devtas means like today's we are worshipping Lord Ganesha. Then on Diwali day, people worship Goddess Lakshmi. Then people worship Saraswati. Then different Devi Devtas. There are, according to Vedic scripture, 33 crore Devi Devtas. On Shivratri, people worship Shiva. So all different kinds of people worship different types of Devi Devtas. So here Krishna is saying, if you are in Sattva Guna, you will worship Devi Devta. If you are in Rajo Guna, you will make a person Yaksha Rakshami Rajasha. Some people who are like a demoniac quality, but they declare themselves as a god, and they are not God actually. There was a story in Ramayana. There was a demon whose name was Ravan, who declared himself that he is the supreme. And in Bhagavatam, there is story of Hiranyakashipu, who declared himself as a god. And then there was a Kansa, and there are so many demons, So Yaksha Rakshasmi Rakshamsi Rajasa Pretan Bhutan Ganasha Anye Yajante Tamasa Jana. So if you are in mode of Sattva, you worship all the Devi Devatas. You worship means you have a faith. Worship means having faith. Faith means that if I do this, good will happen, So everybody has different kinds of faith. Those who do not believe in anything also have some sort of faith. Everybody has a faith, and this faith is of different kinds. So Sattva Guna, Devi Devatas. Rajo Guna, people worship the people. In India or other places also in the world, some people have built up temples of some film stars, movie stars. And they worship, like if you go to their room or their place, they have these stars pictures, big pictures, and they worship them literally. They are there like idols. They look upon them. And then Pretan Bhutam Ganashchani. Now further, Lord Krishna is explaining to us. So here, so just a translation of this shloka. Man in the mode of goodness worship the demigods. Those in the mode of passion worship the demons. And those in the mode of ignorance worship ghosts and spirits. Actually, this is very important when we are in the pure goodness. So now here we have talked about Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna and Tamo Guna. Goodness, passion and ignorance. But there is a fourth mode which we have already talked about, is the pure goodness. Pure goodness is that you are doing all good, but you don't take any credit. You give all credits to Krishna. Those who are in the pure goodness, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam, then these people, they worship Vasudev. Vasudev means Bhagavan Krishna. So when you are in pure goodness, you worship Vasudev, which is Krishna. In Bhagavatam it is said that Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Shabdidam, which means that when we are in pure goodness, we understand that all the Devi Devatas, everybody is coming from Krishna. And that is what Krishna has declared in Bhagavad Gita. In 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, all these chapters, Krishna has declared that all the Devi Devatas, all this universe, everything is coming from him. And in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna demonstrated his universal form to Arjuna. So those who understand Bhagavad Gita, those who understand Bhagavatam, it is like watering a tree. If you want to water a tree, where do you pour the water? You pour the water on the root of the tree. You don't pour water on every leaf or every branch of the tree. And Vasudev or Krishna is the root, which is there declared in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, all the Vedas, scriptures, everything has declared this. So those who are in the mode of pure goodness, they will know that I cannot satisfy all the 33 crore Devi Devatas. So how do I do it? I just pour the water on the root of the tree. I pour the water to Vasudev, Krishna. And everybody, every Devi Devata will be happy with you, because everything is coming from Krishna, like that, So further, Lord Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita 17.5, Ashastra Vitam Ghoram Tapayante Ye Tapojana Damba Ahankara Samayukta Kamaraga Balanvitaha. So these are the qualities of faith in mode of Tamoguna. So what is that? Ashastra Vihitam Ghoram Tapayante Ye Tapojanaha. So they perform severe austerities, severe penances, which are not recommended at all in the scriptures. And those who are in the mode of ignorance or passion, They perform all these austerities out of pride and ego. Kama raga balanvita. Kama means lust, and raga means attachment, and balanvita means force. So they perform all this tapa. Those who are in the mode of passion or ignorance, they will do some sort of a fasting. But they are doing this fasting to prove that they can do such a severe austerity. There are a lot of people who fast 10 days, 15 days fasting. A lot of people do that in various sections of society. Now, some people do this fasting out of political reasons. Some people say, I will not eat until my demands are not fulfilled. So they will say, I want this from the government. If the government doesn't give me this, then I will fast. I will die until I get it. So there are some people like that. Then some people, they do fasting, but they declare it, oh, I did so much fasting. And then the idea behind that is that they want to be recognized, that they're great people. So here, ashastra vihitam ghoram tapayante ye tapojana damba ahankara. Damba means show business, ahankar, ego. So samayukta. So when you do some fasting, some tapasya, some austerity, there's no point in doing damba or ahankar. But nowadays we see that even in big festivities, like in India, some places they do Ganesh festivals or Durga festival or so many festivals. They do this big pomp or show, and then they spend tons of money. Why? Because they want to prove the superiority over others. I will do big puja, I will invite so many people, and then I want to show damba and ahankar. So here, everything is propelled by Kama, Raga and Balanvita. And further, Lord Krishna is saying, Karshayanta sharirastham bhuta gramam achetasa mama chaivanta sharirastham tan vidhi asura nishchayan. So what do they do? Karshayanta sharirastham. Sharir means this body. Within this body, as we have declared, that there is Atma and there is Paramatma. This body is actually a temple. Our body is a temple. Everybody goes to the church, the mosque, temple, or different holy places. But actually this Sharira, here Lord Krishna is saying that Karshayantaha Sharirastham. Sharirastham means, in this Sharira means body. In this body, Paramatma, God is situated. Now imagine we torture this body by doing the things which is not recommended in Bhagavad Gita, or which is not recommended in the scriptures, Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas. And we do our own thing. And we say, okay, I will start fasting today. It doesn't work like that. Because when we are doing this sort of fasting, what we are doing? Mama chaivanta sharirastham. Mama means me. Me means Krishna. Here is saying that I am situated in your body. Mama chaivanta sharirastham tan vidhi asura nishchayan. So I am situated in your body. We are doing this unnecessary kasta, unnecessary austerity of body, which is not required or not recommended. You are not only torturing your body, but you are also troubling Atma and Paramatma within your body. Right? So here Lord Krishna is saying, those who are doing this foolish activity and they torture their body, then I, who is situated in the super soul, it also has to be tortured by this unnecessary things. So the combination of this 7.5 and 6 is that those who undergo severe austerities and penances, not recommended in the scriptures, performing them out of pride and egoism, who are impelled by lust and attachment, who are foolish, and who torture the material elements of the body as well as the super soul dwelling within are to be known as the demons. So some people, they torture their body like anything. They will do all sorts of things which are not required. In that case, that is a foolishness, and that should not be done. Then further, Lord Krishna is saying, Aharastva sarvasya trividho bhavati priya yagnas tapas tatha danam tesham bhedam imam shrunu. So here Lord Krishna is saying now that the faith as is of three kinds. Similarly, the people who are in the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance, their ahar is also different. So how do you know this? So Lord Krishna is saying, by their habits, we can know what kind of mode of nature they are in. So Lord Krishna is saying that even the food each person prefers is of three kinds, according to the three modes of nature. Same is true of sacrifice, same is true of austerities and charity. So your food is different when you are in mode of goodness, when you are in mode of passion, and you are mode of ignorance. Similarly, the sacrifice or austerities and charities are also different when you are in mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. What is Lord Krishna saying for? Ayu sattva balo rogya sukha priti vivardhanaha rasya snigdha sthira hridaya ahara satvika priya. So here Lord Krishna is now describing the qualities of everybody in the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. And he is describing this in more detail now. Let me pause here for a few seconds before I go further. If anybody has any questions, please type it here. Are you all with me? Are you able to hear me? Are you able to understand what Lord Krishna is saying here in Bhagavad Gita? If everything is okay, just type yes. If there is any question, please type your question before I go further. Thank you everybody. Thank you Helen. Thank you Dr. Manjari, Pallaviji. Thank you. Thank you for your response. I'm glad everybody is getting the message of Bhagavad Gita. Wonderful. So here Lord Krishna now is describing about the food in the mode of goodness. So when we are in the mode of goodness, what type of food we select? So here Krishna is saying, Ayu sattva bala arogya. Bala means strength and arogya means health. So when we are in sattva guna, ayu means duration of life. All of us have a fixed duration of life. However, if we eat certain kind of food, our duration of life decreases because of the type of food what we are eating. So here Krishna is saying that when we are in the sattva guna, ahara sattva priya. When we are satvika priya, ahara satvika priya. When we are in sattva guna or satvik guna, what type of ahar? Ahar means food. What type of food is dear to us? So we eat the food which is giving us strength, bala, which will give us the health, arogya, which will increase the duration of life, ayu, sukha priti vivardhanam, which will give us happiness, which will give us priti means satisfaction, and which will increase our happiness and satisfaction. Rashyam snigdha sthira hridaya. What is the quality of this food which is in the mode of goodness? So this food is rasya. Rasya means juicy. Then snigdha means it has fat also. Then it has sthira hridaya. Sthira hridaya means heart. Hridaya means heart and sthira means to satisfaction or giving some sort of endurance. So the food which is juicy, which is wholesome, which has some fat, and which is pleasing to the heart, and which increases your life, which increases the health, which gives you happiness, which gives you satisfaction. And what is that food? That is sattva guna. And what is that food which can give all this? Which is fruits, vegetables, plants. This is what Lord Krishna is saying, that when you eat very nutritious food, mainly vegetables, fruits, plants, all this food will increase the duration of your life. It will give you the health. And this is, science has proven this, right? I don't have to say more about it. Everybody knows about this, that nowadays, because of the coronavirus, a lot of people are taking antioxidants. Antioxidants are nothing but everything is there in the blueberries, blackberries, cherries. All these fruits have lots of antioxidants embedded in it. So all the fruits and vegetables have the qualities which can give us health, happiness, and increase the duration of life. So Krishna is promoting vegetarianism. Lord Krishna, even in Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, we heard that Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhakta Prayachati. Krishna at that time also talked about what kind of food we should eat. And Krishna also in the 6th chapter mentioned that Yukta Ahara Viharasya, Yukta Chaitasya Karmashu. So Yukta Ahara, at that time also Lord Krishna instructed about Ahar. Ahar means food, Yukta Ahar, which means balanced. Everything has to be balanced, not too much, not too less. So when we are eating plants and vegetables also, we should control our diet. Not too much, not too less. So here, throughout the Bhagavad Gita, when we say that it is a complete science, art of living, Lord Krishna is saying here, is that what kind of food we should is healthy for us. What kind of behavior is good for us. What kind of faith is good for us. What kind of charity, what kind of friendship, what kind of talk or listening. All this is Lord Krishna explaining completely in Bhagavad Gita. It's a book about art of living. If you really want to learn art of living, here is Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna is saying how you should sleep, how should you eat, what should be your behavior, what should be your talk. All this is explained very nicely here. So it's a complete art. Then further, Lord Krishna is saying in 17th chapter 9th shloka, Lord Krishna is saying, Katva amala lavanti ushna tikshna ruksha vidahina ahara rajasya shiesta dukha shoka maya pradaha. So here Lord Krishna is saying that ahara rajasa. Rajasa means those in the mode of passion, rajoguna. So those who are in the mode of passion or rajoguna, what kind of food they prefer? Katu, amala, lavana. Katu means bitter. Amala means sour. And lavana means salty. And then ushna. Ushna means very hot, spicy. Tikshna, very pungent. Ruksha, dry. Vidahina. Vidahina means the food which causes burning in your body. Ahara rajasya shrita. Dukha shoka maya pradaha. Dukha means distress. Shok means misery. So the food which is in the mode of passion is bitter, is sour, is salty, it's very hot, it is very pungent, it is dry, and it causes burning. And Lord Krishna is saying, this kind of food which is too hot, too bitter, too salty, too pungent, too dry, burning, are dear to those in the mode of passion. And what does this food cause? It causes distress, misery, and disease. I mean, I hope everybody agrees with me on this point. If you eat too spicy, too salty, it will cause all the acidity, gastric problems, disturb your stomach. So Krishna is saying that do not eat that kind of food which will cause misery to you. Some people eat food, such spicy, like, hot food late in the night, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Some people get up at 2 o'clock midnight and start eating the food. This is the cause of misery. This is the cause of distress, and this is the cause of disease. And Lord Krishna here, 5,000 years ago, has given this instruction, which science is helping us to understand now. But everything is mentioned here in Bhagavad Gita. What kind of food should we avoid? Too bitter, too salty, pungent, hot, dry, burning. All this should be avoided. Otherwise, we are inviting troubles. If you want to put yourself in trouble, then eat all this. That's the simple way Lord Krishna is saying. And then the last Lord Krishna is saying about the food here is that yata ya yamam gata rasam uti parushitam chayat uchishtham apicha medhyam bhojanam tamasa priya. The food which is gata rasam. Gata rasam means taste, and gata rasam means no taste. Gata means gone. So the food which has no taste, then puti means smell, bad smell. Parushitam means decomposition. The food which has no taste, which is bad smelling, which is decomposed basically. When something decomposes, then it starts smelling. When you see a dead animal or a dead item, even food, when it goes bad, we smell it and see, oh my God, the food is gone bad. I should not eat it. Sometimes the stale food starts smelling bad. Similarly, what is Lord Krishna saying? Uchishtam. Uchishtam means the food which is eaten by others and then you eat that food. It's like a remnants of food by others. Somebody left over, somebody has eaten, and now you're eating the same food. Then he's saying amedhya, cha amedhyam, untouchable. Amedhya means not touchable. Now what is that not touchable? Not touchable means meat. Actually, decomposed meat. Meat has all this quality. Meat is decomposed because the animal was killed long time back. Then they transport it in truck and this and that, and what is this going on? Then meat smells bad. Meat has by itself no taste. Meat, fish, chicken, all this by itself has no taste. They add all these spices. They can't eat meat raw. Unless and until they add spices, they cannot eat these meat products. Because it is decomposed, it has no taste, it is stale, it smells bad actually. If you keep that meat outside, it is refrigerated, you don't smell it. But as soon as you put outside, after a while, it starts smelling bad. It is untouchable. Somebody who is dead and decomposed, would you touch that person? People run away from the smell of a dead body. People are eating that thing. Can you imagine what a horrible thing it's going on? So, bhojanam tamasa priya, such a food which is stale, which is decomposed, which has no taste, which is untouchable, which nobody will touch, a dead animal, which is smelling bad. And the same meat has the same quality actually, but just it was being refrigerated and sent to you with spices and all, people are eating it. So here Krishna is saying that such a meat, such a food should be avoided. Even like sometimes we go to a restaurant, even the vegetarian food, they have cooked like long time back. And then the vegetarian cooked, which is stale, which is putrid, which is smelling really bad. We should not eat that food. because that food is going to cause you disease. But some people eat that food. When we go to restaurants, we don't know when is the food was cooked. I mean, really, it is a scary stuff. But many places across the globe, they recycle. They recycle all the old stuff, and they sell it to you. And we don't know actually when this is cooked. It's best is that you cook at home, eat nice and fresh food. Why to go to restaurant and spend the money and eat the food which is even possibly there is a chance. You never know what's happening there, how they are cooking. So Lord Krishna is asking that such food is called as tamasi. Tamasi means tamoguna, bhojanam tamasi priya. So one should avoid this kind of food. So what is the best food now? Can somebody type here what is the best type of food among all these three? Food in the mode of goodness, food in the mode of passion, food in the mode of ignorance. What is the best type of food? Food in the mode of sattvika. Right, absolutely, absolutely. So sattvika food is, which is fresh foods, fruits, fresh vegetables, freshly cooked, not too spicy, not too hot, not too pungent, not too dry, which is juicy. That is food in the mode of goodness. However, I'm going to tell you something more now today. What is better than the food in the mode of goodness? What is better than the food in the mode of goodness? Does anybody know what is better than food in the mode of goodness? Which is something better than sattvika food? If you know something, just type it. If you don't know, that is I see some people typing the message, and that is absolutely correct answer is prashadam. So here, absolutely. So prashadam is the best. And what is prashadam? So prashadam is you cook the food in the mode of goodness, which is vegetarians, vegetables, food, and then offer it to Krishna. Offering is, Krishna is not going to take away any roti or any food from your plate. If you offer 10 rotis, 10 will come back to you. Some people worry that why should I offer it? Krishna is not going to run away with any of your laddus or any of your sweets you have prepared. But here is the change of consciousness, that we are offering as an attitude of gratitude that, oh Lord, you have given me so many things. All this I'm able to do because of you. You have given us sunshine, you have given us water, you have given us air. We didn't earn any of this, right? Air, water, sun, not produced in a factory. You cannot produce sunlight in a factory. You cannot produce water in a factory. You cannot produce air in the factory. And all these fruits, vegetables, they are coming from the nature. And this nature is given to us by Krishna, God. So whenever we eat vegetable food also, vegetarian food in the mode of goodness, we offer it as a sacrifice. We say, hey Krishna, you have given me this food. I'm so kind of you. I'm just offering it to you. While cooking this food, if by mistake I have killed any germs or bacteria, when we even boil vegetables, we are killing so many germs and bacteria. And that is one sort of hinsa. We cook the food because we want to, we boil it so that it becomes pure and all germs and bacteria are killed. Otherwise, there are always some germs and bacteria within the vegetables also. So we wash it, we clean it nicely, we boil it. And during that process, some sort of hinsa is also done. So here we offer it to Krishna and say, hey Krishna, I have prepared this food as an offering to you. Please accept it. And please bless me so that I can have this food to provide the nutrition to this body. Food is there to provide nutrition to body. But when it becomes prasad, it spiritualizes, it purifies our body. Right? So best food is prasadam. There is nothing better than prasadam. So when you invite somebody at your home or you have a party or you have a program, you just cook the food with the consciousness that this is an offering of love to Krishna, and I will offer this food to Krishna. So sometimes we think, oh, what will we eat today? We think, what can I make it for Krishna today? So like that. So that is called prasadam. So with that, further Lord Krishna says in 17.11, afala akshanti bhiryagno vidhidishto ya ijyate yastvam evati manaha samadhaya sasatvika. So now sacrifice. So now first Lord Krishna offered, explained us about different types of people in mode of goodness, passion and ignorance, with their food being different. Now he's saying similarly, as the food is different, similarly the sacrifices. Sacrifice means yagna. People have different types of sacrifices, and they perform different according to their mode of nature. Now those who are in the mode of goodness, afalaha. Afala means, do you see there is a first word here? Afalaha akshanti bhihi yagno. Afala means without any expectation. So you do a sacrifice, you do austerity, you do tapasya. Say somebody is doing fasting for like say a particular day, like Ekadashi fasting, or Janmashtami fasting, or Shivratri fasting, or different types of fasting. Some people do Chaturthi fasting, different type of people, different do fasting. Now, when you do this fasting, you have no expectation. Afala means no phala. You do not expect anything out of your austerity. I am doing this fasting as my service, as attitude of bhakti. People do fasting also for weight loss. People do fasting as a purification process. People do fasting as different ways. There are intermittent fasting for weight loss and all those things. But then there is a phala. They are expecting something out of it. But I am doing this fasting. For example, you think that, okay, today I'm doing fasting on Ekadashi Vrata, and my purpose of doing my fasting is that I want to spend more time for doing my bhakti. So when you fast, actually you don't cook anything. When you fast, you save that much time of cooking, grocery buying and all those. And then extra time what you have, you use it in study of scripture, study Bhagavad Gita, or use to do meditation, japa, remember holy name. So that is why the fasting is recommended. So here Lord Krishna is saying, when we are in the sattva guna, then we have afala akshantir. Yagna, what we do, the sacrifice performed according to the direction of scripture as a matter of duty by those who desire no reward, is the mode of goodness. So we perform all the sacrifices, we do fasting, we do austerities, but we do it as a matter of duty, without any desire for self-benefit. We do it as just my duty. I am doing this fasting as my respect to Krishna. And that is how we do fasting. And whatever the time we have, you use it for service of Krishna. Then, abhi sandhya tu phalam dambhartham api chaivayat ijyate bharata shrestha tam yagnam vidhirajasam. So when you are in the mode of passion, then what happens? Then abhi sandhya tu phalam. Phalam means again fruits. So now you are offering fasting, you're doing tapasya, you're doing yagna, but you want some phalam. Phalam means fruits. You want something out of it. Why? Because dambhartham api chaivayat. Damba means ego, show business. So I've seen sometimes we do fasting and then we say, oh my God, I did this fasting, and we declare it. No, don't. That is called as in the mode of passion. Ijyate Bharata Sreshta Tam Yagna Vidhi Rajasam. So, whenever we do fasting or sacrifice for some material benefit or for the sake of pride, Damba, O Chief of Bharat, you should know to be in the mode of passion. So, we do charity, we give Dan Dakshina, and then we want to be recognized. Oh, we put a big signboard. Today I donated $100,000 to this particular organization, and then that is show business, dambhartham. So Krishna is not recommending such type of sacrifice or austerities. Then further Lord Krishna is saying that vidhihinam astresthanam mantrahinam adakshina shraddha vihirtam yagnam tamasam parichakshate. So vidhihinam, without any direction, no guidance, you have nobody to guide you, and just you do your own thing, ashastrahinam, ashastranam means without any sorry, vidhihinam, ashrashta annam means food. Annam means food. So you do sacrifice, but you do not give some food as a prasadam. Mantrahinam, mantra means no chanting of mantras. Adakshina means you invite a priest, but you don't give any money to him. Shraddha vihirtam yagnam, without any faith. Then all this is tamasi, Any sacrifice performed without regard for directions of scripture, without distribution of prasadam, without chanting of Vedic mantras, and remuneration to the priest, and without faith is considered to be in the mode of ignorance. So people do this kind of things. So Lord Krishna is saying that should be avoided. Then further Lord Krishna is saying, Deva Dvija Guru Prajna Pujanam Shauchanam Arjavam Brahmacharya Ahimsa Cha Shariram Tapa Uchyate. So here now Lord Krishna is explaining about austerities. So now austerities are of different kinds. You can do austerity with body, austerity with mind, and austerity with speech. So what is the austerity of body? So Deva Dvija Guru Prajna. Tapasya or austerity for the body is to Deva Dvija Guru Prajna. Deva means Devta, Supreme Lord. Dvija means Brahmanas or teachers. Guru means your spiritual master. Prajna, worshipable personalities. Pujanam Shauchanam Arjavam. So when we are doing austerity with body, how we can do tapasya or austerity with body? So respect all the teachers, respect our elders, respect father and mother, respect whosoever is elder to you. And also at the same time Deva Dvija, Devta, Supreme Personality of Godhead, as well as Pujanam and Shauchanam Arjavam. Shauchanam means cleanliness. So one thing is to pay respect. So even in India or in Vedic culture, when we see our elders, we touch their feet actually. What is that touching the feet? Or we pay respects. Namaste. This is namaste, is you are paying respects to it. So when I see you, I say namaste. Namaste means I am paying my respects to you and I am honoring you. Similarly, Shaucham. Shaucham means cleanliness. Cleanliness of the body is very important. We should take shower every single day, at least twice a day, not more, if not more. Then Arjavam means simple life, simple living, high thinking. Then Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means no relationship outside marriage life. Or if you are in a bachelor's life, then no relationship with anybody without marriage. Ahimsa. Ahimsa means non-violence. Shariram tapa uchyate. So if you do this, these are the best austerities for body. So respecting elders, keeping your body clean, simple life, brahmacharya, and ahimsa. These are the tapasyas for the body. So here austerities for body. Austerity of body consists of worship of the Supreme Lord, brahmanas, spiritual master, superiors like father and mother, and cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence. This is austerity of body. Then next one is austerity of speech. Anudvegar vakya satyam priyahitam chayata swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva vanmayam tapauchyate. So here now Lord Krishna is explaining the austerity of speech. Some people say keeping quiet is the austerity of speech. Mauna vrata. Some people do mauna vratas. They will not speak for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. But here Lord Krishna is saying austerity of speech means anudvega. Udvega means agitation and anudvega means no agitation. So we should speak such a sentence which will not disturb anyone or which will not agitate anyone. That is austerity. If you say something and then people get disturbed, that is not austerity. And then we say sorry. That doesn't work. Just think before we say something, right? Somebody might get offended by what we are speaking. So our speech has to be very, very nice and pleasing. So what is Lord Krishna saying? Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priya hitam chayat. Satyam means what you speak, which should be very gentle, not agitating to others. Then it should be truthful, not duplicity. Whatever is there, say it, but very nicely, Priya hitam. Priya means very pleasant, dear, which makes somebody happy. And hitam means beneficial. Whatever we speak should benefit others. We should not speak nonsense, which disturbs others, which criticizes others, which that is not what Krishna is recommending here. Then he says, Swadhyaya Abhyasanam Chaiva. Such knowledge of speaking can only come through Swadhyaya Abhyasanam Chaiva Vanamaya Tapa Uchyate. So, sorry, there is a typing error here. It should be Vakamayam. Vakamayam. It should not Vanamayam, but it's Vakamayam. Or also called as Vangamayam or Vakamayam. Vangamayam or Vakamayam. Tapa Uchyate. There is a typing error here. But Vangamayam means that austerity of Vak means also speech, and Vanga also means speech. So the way you pronounce differs. So some people say Vangamayam, some people say Vakamayam, but that is the same austerity of speech. So austerity of speech means speaking nice words, which are truthful, which are pleasing to others, which are beneficial, which are not agitating to others, and by regularly reciting scriptures. So now, whatever Bhagavad Gita we are reading, we are talking now, this is austerity actually. This is better than mauna. This is better than keeping quiet. Some people, they keep quiet, but the mind is thinking something horrible. So better than that is talk about Krishna Katha, talk about Rama Katha, talk about Bhagavad Gita, talk about anything which is enlightening, encouraging others, positive things. So let's take some questions here. I will just pause here. Welcome Veena ji, who just joined, and Hari Kumar ji has a question. But when we get closer to people, we take liberties on them, and this could lead to misunderstandings. Yes. Familiarity when we know people we are familiar with, we take them for granted. And we take for them for granted, then we commit offense. We all have experienced this. But as long as we talk truthful, pleasing, beneficial, based on Bhagavad Gita or scriptures, it will always be positive talk. Never fall into the arguments. Arguments are where nobody wins. Everybody loses there in arguments. When there is a question answer, when there is a knowledge acquiring session, it is really good. But arguments are harmful to everybody, because then there is a superiority and inferiority thing happening there. So stay away from the arguments. But the speech, when we talk, has to be very nice, very humble, very truthful, pleasing, beneficial, not harmful, not criticizing others. Somebody might have something negative. There's always a way to say the things, so that we do not disturb others, but at the same time we tell whatever is to be told in a very nice way, humble way, simple way, not politics. That is what is Lord Krishna is saying here. So anybody has any questions, please type. If not, just say yes and we'll go further. Everybody is good with this? Whatever Lord Krishna is saying here, if you're okay, just type yes. So we'll go further. And if there is any question, then please type. So yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Gary, Helen, Sureshji, Nidhi, Darshna, Anand, Sonali ji, Sonal, Sarash Chandradi, Swapnil, Dattatreya. Thank you so much for giving your response. Yes, Dilip ji, Nikhil, thank you so much. Yes, thank you. So that means that everybody is on the board and what Lord Krishna is saying. Thank you, Anjali. Parul has a question. If we desire moksha, is that also not a sensory desire for never-ending bliss? Very wonderful question by Parulji, and I'm going to answer this question. Ghazala is saying yes. Thank you, Tasha. Tash, thank you, Tash. Archana ji has a comment. With some people, why do we have tendency to speak improper way? Okay, let's answer these two questions and then we go further. So Parul ji has a very nice point here, that we are desiring to be liberated from repeated cycle of birth, disease, old age, and death. And we want to go to the spiritual world. Is that not a sensory desire? In a way, it is a sensory desire, but in a way, it is not. Because when we get moksha, we get also a body, which is called a spiritual body. Currently, we have a material body. So material body has an expiry date. We all have expiry date. We just don't know what is our expiry date. If we know this, we'll become anxious. So that is why Lord has hidden our expiry date on our body. But when we go to the spiritual world, when we get moksha, then we get a body which is spiritual body. And when there is a body, there are senses. We have eyes, nose, ears, tongue, belly, all these organs. Similarly, when we get spiritual world, when we get moksha, we get spiritual body, and then we get spiritual senses. And what do we do with the spiritual senses? We serve. To whom? To Krishna in the spiritual world. So basically, we have a sensual desire in the spiritual world also, but that desire is to serve Krishna rather than to enjoy. This is the desire of yoga and not bhoga. Yoga means to do it so that we can unite it. And bhoga means we want to enjoy it, so we get more and more for ourselves and we get disconnected. So moksha is also sort of a desire, but this is desire to serve. You cannot be desireless. Desires are always going to be there, 100%. But using these desires for service is called moksha. So we can get moksha even in this life while we are living also in this body. How? Using this body for service of Krishna. Using this service for service, this body for service and love. That is as good as moksha. But if we have this body for sense enjoyment, then this is not moksha, this is suffering. Bhoga is through indriya. Indriya is called vishaya. Vishaya means, visha means poison. So more we eat, actually we are eating poison. Balanced, has to be balanced. If you eat more, it will cause disease, right? If you have, if you enjoy more than required, then it is going to cause disease. So we have desires, we have indriya in the spiritual world, but all these are for the service of Krishna. So that is what is moksha. Moksha means away from the material desires. I hope that helps you to understand, Parolji. And Archana ji has a question. With some people, why do we have tendency to speak improper way? It is just we train ourselves like that, you know. Uh, Before we speak, we just think a few seconds, just pause and think and say. Pause or think and say, like that. Then life will be okay. Sometimes we speak in a emotion and then we speak which is not supposed to be spoken. We become angry. Sometimes there is an incident, and in a family also we start saying the things. When there is argument between husband and wife, or a friend and family, we just think of, have a pause before we talk. You know, why do we need to talk more than required? If you know, in rainy season there are frogs all over the world. You know, when the frogs come out when the rainy season is there, and these frogs started doing a sound, drow, 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 drow. They make the sound. Why do the frogs make a sound when there is a rainy season? Let's see how many knows about this. When there is a rainy season, frogs make the sound drow, drow. Why do they make the sound? Let's see. You just type something what you know, just to be interactive. Absolutely, Archana ji is right and Charu ji is right. They make this sound for attracting opposite gender, male or female frog. Call other frogs. But actually what happens is that when they make this sound, they attract other animals which go and jump on them, like snake. Snake will go and eat them. So like that, you know, and other animals and all those, they will jump on these frogs. Like, so always unnecessary talk is not required. Otherwise we invite troubles. When you don't need to talk anything, just think about it before we talk. That is what basically means. Okay. Then worshipping with desire to moksha, will it be called sattva guna, raja guna, or tamo guna? Worshipping with a desire to moksha, our desire is to serve Krishna, to serve Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that is Shuddha Sattva. That is beyond Sattva, Raja and Tamo. When I am serving everybody else, humanity, by appreciating or by attitude of gratitude to Krishna, that is Shuddha Sattva. That is beyond Sattva, Raja and Tamo Guna. So here Lord Krishna is saying that austerity of speech means avoiding unnecessary talks. Otherwise we are inviting trouble. You know, there is one organ in our body which has no bones, but which can break our bones. Which is that organ in our body? Which is tongue. Tongue has no bones, but it can break our bones, right? If you say something nonsense, somebody may jump on you and break your bones, you know. So just Lord Krishna is saying that speak nice, speak truthful, pleasing, beneficial. Do not agitate others by saying the things which you don't need to speak. And speak if required. If you want to speak about Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So many wonderful things are there to speak about. We speak about politics. We speak about Bollywood. We speak about the things which we don't need to. Why do we need to talk about politics always? You know, people are gone carried away with these things, you know, and all those things deteriorate us. Our mind is become decomposed with those things. So avoiding those things are very important. Then further Lord Krishna is saying, Manha prasada saumyavatvam maunam manam atma vinigraha bhava samshuddhir iti etat tapo manasam uchyate. Now the austerity of mind. So we talked about austerity of body, austerity of speech. Now Lord Krishna is explaining about austerity of mind. We can do tapasya with mind also. Manha prasada saumyatvam. Maunanam Atma Vinigraha. So what is Lord Krishna saying? He's saying satisfaction, simplicity, gravity, self-control, and a purification of one's existence are austerities of mind. So let's understand these words. What is Lord Krishna is saying? Mana prasada. Mana prasada means satisfaction of mind. Whatever Krishna has given me, I'm doing my best. I'm working whatever the best capacity I have. But whatever I get out of my hard work, I will be satisfied with it. That is called mana prasada. Means mind, satisfied mind. That is austerity of mind. It is the mind which drives us crazy. Every day we want to get up and earn more money, more money, more money. Because the mind is such a tricky organ to understand. Then Saumyatvam. Saumyatvam means without duplicity. There is simplicity. Like, sometimes you become politically diplomatic, and then you want to say something, but then you say something else. So just be simple. Whatever is there in the mind, just say it very nicely, not to agitate or harm or disturb others. Then here saying Maunam. Maunam means gravity or sort of a quietness also. Sometimes you have to do meditation also. Atma Vinigraha. Atma means self, and Vinigraha means to control. So controlling yourself, controlling the mind. Bhava Samashuddhir. Bhava means nature, Samashuddhi means purification. So think about the thoughts which purify our existence. Iti etat tapo manasam uchyate. Manasam means mind. So these are the austerities of mind. So what is Lord Krishna saying? Again, that satisfaction, simplicity, gravity, self-control, and the thoughts which purify our existence are the austerities of mind. Then further, Lord Krishna is saying that Shraddhaya paraya tapam tapastat trividham nare afala akankshibhihi yukta satvikam parichakshate. So again, Lord Krishna is saying, these threefold austerities performed with transcendental faith by man, not expecting material benefits, but engaged only for the sake of Supreme. These are called as austerities of goodness. And this is what we have talked in detail. Then further, Lord Krishna says, about tapa. Tapa means austerity again. So, satkara mana pujartham tapo dambhena chaivayat kriyate tad iha proktam rajasam chalam adhruvam. So Krishna is saying that satkar means man, respect, honor, and this we have talked in detail in the previous shloka, but Lord Krishna is repeating it in different words so that we understand this point again and again. Satkara mana pujartham. So you do all this tapasya, you do Ganesh puja or this puja and that puja, and then you want some honor. Oh, I'm doing this, I should be honored. Tapadambhena chaivayat. So that should be avoided. That is in the mode of passion. So penance performed out of pride and for the sake of gaining respect, honor and worship is said to be in the mode of passion. It is neither stable nor permanent. So we should not do all the penances, all the austerities to attract people, to receive honor, to receive respect. That is in the mode of passion, and that will lead to problems in the life. Then further Lord Krishna is saying, Datavyam iti yad danam diyate anupakarine desha kale cha patre cha tadadanam satvikam smritam. So dana means donation. So now we sometimes we are in the we want to give donation. But then Lord Krishna is saying these donations also can be of three kinds. And what are these donations of three kind donation? So here Krishna is saying, Datavyam iti yat danam diyate anupakarine. Anupakar. Upkar means you want to show that I have done something for you. So if I do something for you, for somebody, I say, oh, I have done good for you. So it's sort of a upkar. But here Krishna is saying, diyate anaupakarine. You have given, diyate means given, anaupakar means you do not want any return out of this. Datavyam iti yat danam diyate anupakarinam. You give it, but you don't want any upkar. You don't want anything out of it. Desha kala cha patrecha means you have seen that the person whom you are giving dana is worthy, he at a proper time, at a proper place. Tada danam satvikam smrita. Such a dan is in the mode of goodness. So you give it to a proper person at a proper time, at a proper place. That is called as, and then without any expectation. Right? Some people give donation and then they want to be recognized. Put my big name there on the hospital. Like say I give donation to the hospital, so now I want hospital to be named after me. So you need some recognition. That is not goodness. Anupakarina. Upkar means I do not want any recognition. I do not want. I am just doing it because I want to do it. And that is out of goodness. Very nice question by Sonali. To a worthy person. So what is that? So suppose you are driving by and a beggar or people who are homeless, they come to you and they ask money, and then you give the money to them, and with that money they buy drugs. Or with that money they buy alcohol, or that money they buy something which they should not be buying, like say they buy a gun. Oh, you gave a donation and now your money is being misused. So we have to find out proper way. We want to give donation and in a proper way, proper place, proper time, without any expectation out of it. Hari Kumarji is saying telling others can influence them also to donate, to encourage others. That is a good way. However, there are other ways to encourage rather than glorifying ourselves. But again, if your intention is to encourage others, that is good. But then sometimes that is indirect way to get recognized also. So just be, Lord Krishna is saying here is to be careful. That's it. Then what is Lord Krishna further saying? But a charity which is performed with the expectation of some return, or with a desire of fruitive results, or in a grudging mood, is said to be in the mode of passion. Now somebody comes to you and say, please give us donation, please give us donation, and you do not want to give it, but you are giving it just because that person is, you know him, or some or other. So that is in the mode of passion. Sometimes people don't want to give it, but now I have to give it. What can I do? Because he is asking me. That is also mode of passion. Somebody asks, and if you think that is worthy person, just give it with full heart and nothing matters, So charity performed out of expectation, that is some sort of mode of passion. And then a charity performed at an impure place, at an improper time, to an unworthy person, or without proper attention and respect, is said to be in the mode of ignorance. So here is the example. People buy this and then they need money for buying something which that is in the mode of ignorance. We are harming them and we are getting involved in that karma also. Gahana karmano gati. We give the donation and misuse is done, then we are also responsible for it. Okay, I'll pause here for some time. Very deep topic. So let's see. Kajal has a question point here. We can tell others the source where we can donate without telling them that we have donated. That's a good point. Gary has a point here. If I give charity unconditionally, then without expectation from my heart, then I will not know what persons will do with the charity. Yes, to some extent that is true. But only thing is that we have to have we need to know whether it is being used for the right cause or not. So that way we can be we are out of karma. Karma means we don't want to engage in the bad karma by giving our charity. That's the only idea, that if you do charity in the mode of passion or ignorance, then you get bad results. And if you give a charity in Shuddha Sattva, I'm able to do this because Krishna has given me this facility, and this is all for service of Krishna. I do not want to get recognized. There are different types of charities. One is money, but another type of charity you can do is dana, gnana. Gnana means knowledge. So gnana yagna, you can give knowledge to somebody. You can give Gnan, like Bhagavad Gita. You take a Bhagavad Gita and give a gift to somebody. That's the best charity ever you can do in your lifetime. Distribute Bhagavad Gita, as many as possible, or read Bhagavad Gita and explain the Bhagavad Gita to others. So there is no better charity than giving Bhagavad Gita knowledge. That is my experience. So not to give money to beggars, give them if you feel like that they are sincere, humble, or just what we usually do is that we buy prasadam, we buy food, vegetarian food, and then offer it to Krishna and distribute prasadam to all those beggars, whomsoever you want to. Give prasadam. Prasadam is another best way to give charity, because ultimately they want food, right? Whosoever wants. So get very nice vegetables or fruits, offer it, and give away to the prasadam. Prasadam distribution is the best way to reach out to the people also. So you can do multiple ways, or give to the place or institute which is doing prasadam distribution. If I see someone suffering and I give to them in the name of Krishna without knowing what they will do, the charity, then I am trusting Krishna, not the person. Yes, Gary, you are trusting Krishna, and you are saying that, hey, Krishna, I'm trying to help this person, and that is perfectly fine. That will work. Only thing, make sure that, again, we use our intelligence at the same time. But I agree with you on that. Okay, Nishtha has a point. Khana kapde bhi de sakte hai. Yes, you can do prasadam distribution. We distribute food by offering it to Krishna. So that is the best way. So yes, lots of nice points by everybody. Thank you so much for being part of the today's discussion. Now let's go further. Lord Krishna further is saying in 17th chapter, 23rd shloka, and we are only 4 shlokas away from finishing this chapter. From the beginning of the creation, 3 words, Om, Tat, Sat, were used to indicate the supreme absolute truth. And Om, Tat, Sat. You might have heard this, So Lord Krishna is referring to these 3 words, Om, Tat, and Sat. And what are these words? So Krishna is saying they were used to indicate supreme absolute truth, which is Krishna himself. These 3 symbolic representations were used by Brahmanas while chanting the hymns of Vedas and during the sacrifice for satisfaction of Supreme. So whenever we do charity, we say Om Tata Sata. What does that mean? Om Tata Sata. When I'm giving this charity, I'm saying Om Tata Sata, which means that I am giving this as an offering to Supreme. So this is the mantra. Om Tata Sata is a mantra while we use it while giving the charity. Because when you do that, when you give a charity, you remember Krishna and say Om Tata Sata Krishna. So that way we are offering this as a sacrifice. When you do fire sacrifice, you say Om Swaha, Om Swaha. That is the same thing. When you do dan or donation, you say Om Tata Sata. So like that. So Krishna is saying that therefore the transcendentalist undertaking the performance of sacrifice, charity and penance in accordance to the scripture regulations begin always with Om to attain the supreme. So there is the Om mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So what is that? We begin with Om and we say, Krishna, hey Vasudev, I am offering this as a... So, every session we begin with Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Why? Because when we begin this Gita Yagna, this is a Yagna, this is sacrifice we are doing every time. When we meet, we are doing Yagna, sacrifice. We say, hey Krishna, this is a sacrifice for you. And you can do this every single day actually. Every day we cook. Cooking can become also sacrifice. So we can continue that with beginning chanting of the mantra. I will take the questions. Let's finish this and then we'll come to the questions and comments by all the people here. And then further, Lord Krishna says in 25th sloka of 17th chapter, without desiring fruitive results, one should perform various kinds of sacrifices, penances and charity with the word tata. The purpose of such transcendental activities is to get free from material engagement. So then further, so it is the same thing Lord Krishna is saying, that we perform all this without any expectations, with a service to Krishna. And this is the last sloka of this is the last sloka of today actually. Ashraddhaya hutam datam tapastaptam kritam chayat ashad iti uchate partha na chat tat pretya no iha. Anything which is done as a sacrifice, charity or penance without faith in the Supreme, O son of Pritha, is impermanent. It is called as asat and is useless both in this life and the next. So if we perform anything without Shraddha, without faith in Supreme, then this becomes of no use. That is fail. This is not useful in this life or in the next life. So with this, we end this chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 17th chapter. And I'm willing to discuss any points here. I see that Suresh ji has a point here. Krishna is residing in beggars also. In other words, we are giving to Krishna. Krishna is everywhere. Krishna is in every molecule. We are not discriminating against the beggars. We are not saying that don't give it to beggars. What Krishna here is saying is that give it so that your charity is not misused by whosoever you are giving. So best way to give the charity, as it is recommended in the scripture, is give prasadam, give donation, money if you want to give the institutes which are giving prasadam distribution. There are many institutes who are in the shelters for the people who are in need. There are many institutes who look after the health care of the people in need. There are many institutes who are looking after so many things. Or you can start your own project like that, Or the best way is to give the knowledge of Gita Gnana. People are suffering because of lack of knowledge actually. The whole humanity is suffering with all these problems because they do not have any guidance. So our children also, they will fall into trap of lust, anger, greed, madness, enviness, illusion. And we have to save yourself and they've saved the whole world. If there's a rain is falling on you, you can't put the umbrella to entire world. Just put umbrella on yourself. So we save ourselves, then our family, then whole society. Slowly and slowly we spread the message of Gnana. Om Agnana Timirandasya. So Timir means darkness. So more we are enlightened, more we are away from sinful activity. One way you are giving donation, another way you are greedy. You do all the sinful activity. You cheat others, you get the money, and then you give donation. It doesn't work like that. So we have to purify ourselves. You kill animals, and then you save animals. You eat chicken, and then you save dog. What sort of charity is this? It doesn't work like that. So Lord Krishna is saying purification. Whole Bhagavad Gita is for purification. Do whatever is good inside and outside. We don't like killing humans, and the other way we are killing animals. It's a duplicity. It has to be simple. No killing means no killing, right? So here is the thing, that lust, anger, greed, envy, madness, illusion, enviness, all once they are gone, then whatever we do will be pure. Otherwise everything will be mixed up. And this can be only removed through Bhagavad Gita, through Bhakti Yoga. No other science will help us to purify ourselves. And that is the purpose of human life. Purpose of human life is to purification. Bhagavad Gita is for purification. Purification means cleaning from inside and cleaning from outside. Donation helps us. It's a method of purification. We are zeroing in on one topic, but these are the ways of living. These are the art of living. What to eat, what to speak, what to give, how to give, what sort of austerities is to be done with the mind, austerity of body, austerity of speech, how to behave, what should be our mental status. This is an overall picture rather than zeroing on only one thing. Donation is part of it. Charity is part of it. But then there is a bigger picture to the life. So, yes, God is everywhere. We purify ourselves, then we can see God everywhere. Otherwise, immediately as soon as we get out of Bhagavad Gita, then we become the same person. So we have to start practicing, putting in our practice in the life. And Bhagavad Gita can be practiced by daily swadhyay, daily meditating upon it. So I hope that helps to everyone. Anybody has any questions on this topic, please type it. Was everything okay? Everybody could hear me? Everybody could get it? Is it beneficial to all of you? Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Pallavi ji. Thank you, Nidhi ji. Thank you, Hiral ji. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sonali ji. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Helen. Thank you so much for your desire to practice it. That's a very good. Thank you, Swapnil. Thank you, Anjali ji. Thank you, Suresh ji. Thank you, Atul ji. Thank you, Sonal. Thank you, Tash. Thank you, Sonali. Thank you so much. So we will meet next Saturday for the last session of the Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, which is the ultimate chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And then we are finishing the Bhagavad Gita course with all of you. And then we are starting a next Bhagavad Gita course on September 26th. I'm attaching a link. Those who want to join can join again. And if not, then spread the message to your family and friends. This course is free of cost, no charge. People have to register. And starting September 26th, which is Saturday, 10 o'clock Eastern time, which is Canada time, and 7:30 p.m. India time. From Saturday 26th, we are starting a next course. So you can spread the word to your friends and family, whosoever wants to register for the next batch. It's starting September 26th, 10 o'clock in the morning in Canada or in US Eastern time, and 7:30 p.m. Saturday India time. So you can register it. If you feel like doing it again, you can do it. And Suresh Voraji wants WhatsApp link. I will send you the WhatsApp link and the Facebook link, both. If anybody has any questions, you can post it now so we can answer your questions. And Hari Kumarji has a comment. Thank you so much for your kind words, Hari Kumarji. I am really appreciating your participation. Thank you, Parulji. Yes, this knowledge belongs to Bhagavad Gita. So Lord Krishna, so we are thankful to him. But yes, thank you for your kind words. And I'm glad that you all are getting benefit out of it. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have. And if anybody wants to join next Bhagavad Gita course, that will be really, really nice. Spread the word, spread the message to all your family and friends. Whosoever wants to join, here is the link again. I'm sending it to you. Here is the link again. So copy the link and send it to your friends and families. And here is the link for the WhatsApp, Facebook group here. I'm sharing the link for the Facebook group here. And this is the Facebook group link. Medaji, I was saying is that we are starting the next course, which is starting on 26th of September, Saturday evening, 7:30 p.m. India time, and 10 o'clock in Canada time or Eastern time. And here is the link for the next course. Thank you, Archana ji. Thank you. I'm really happy to see that you are getting benefit out of this weekend sessions. Yes, spread the word so that we can have many more people join this course. And I'm going to send you now the WhatsApp link. My computer is becoming slow somehow, so I'm going to send the WhatsApp link here for Suresh Voraji. And I'm just trying to find the link, Sureshji. Just give me a few seconds here. All of you are requested to share your experience of reading Bhagavad Gita, type few words, record a short video, post it on the Facebook group, and I will be very happy to see your video experiences. That will be really, really nice to see all your videos and all your experiences. So please, please, please share your experience on the Facebook group. That will be really helpful to everybody, and it will encourage everybody that yes, we are getting benefit out of it. So here is the link for the WhatsApp group for Suresh ji. Nikhil has a point. Hope we have one more session. I missed the last few minutes. I will send you the recording of this, Nikhil. And also you can attend the next batch of Bhagavad Gita. This is a WhatsApp group connection. Just click it and you can join the WhatsApp group. Then this is for our next course, which is starting on 26th of September. Here is for the next one. Okay, with that, I will log out, and if you have any points or any questions, just send me personally and I will be happy to answer. Okay, thank you so much. Jai Shri Krishna Swapnil, thank you so much. All of you, please take care, stay safe in the coronavirus time, and wash your hands, keep safe distance, wear mask, and keep on praying. Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna. Everybody, thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Anandji, Jai Shri Krishna, Charuji, thank you so much for being here. Thank you again, and we'll see you next week too. Have a nice week. Hari Bol, Nikhil. Take care. Thank you, Hari Kumarji. Thank you. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna, Hemant. Jai Shri Krishna to Madhufai, if she's there. And take care, all of you. Have a good week.